In the 1990s, there was a TV show called Home Improvement with Tim Allen, the comedian. And his character, Tim the Toolman Taylor, was known for his male grunting. It's a comedy that poked fun at Tim's need to be right all the time and mess every situation up. And it led to a disaster that he would ultimately have to apologize to whichever character in the show he had offended. We may think the show is innocent, and it portrayed men in a humorous light. But it focused on how men were essentially still cavemen and evolved only to enjoy power tools. The challenge with this toxic masculinity is when it is real, not comedic, that masculinity has a direct link to poor mental health, because it encourages the suppression of our emotions, and it maintains that men have to be hard and always strong. When emotions are suppressed down and aren't allowed to be expressed, this leads to depression and anxiety, and it heightens the stigma that already exists about men and mental health and psychological care. I don't know what you're struggling with. It may just be pandemic related. It may be you have some underlying struggles. It may be some things that are unfolding in the world that you have no control of. But I know there's a lot that's affecting our mental health right now, and you're not alone. Mental health affects all of us, not some of us. 1 in 5 American adults pre-COVID experienced a mental health issue. 1 in 10 young adults experience a period of major depression. We often talk about our own responsibility for our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual relationships, but in Scripture, we see stories of a paralyzed man who was healed by Jesus not because of his faith, but because the faith of his friends who dropped him through the roof so he could be healed. So as we talk about men and mental health and toxic masculinity, this is not a conversation just for men. It's for all of us. If we want God's kingdom to come close to us, then we need to all be part of working through these issues. No one is alone. We carry one another. We support one another. We find healthy patterns and we leave addictions and destructive behaviors behind. It's so interesting to me how different my children are. When Nora was 4, she had just as many emotions and crying fits as Finn, and I was perfectly fine with it. But I realized that I have this slippery slope of male toxicity in dealing with Finn when I have to stop myself when he is crying from telling him to man up. We have this embedded approach to emotions. Again, all feelings are good, and everyone gets to have them. So if you are struggling, if you are a man and you want to begin to work through changing some of your behaviors and creating a masculinity that is Jesus-oriented, not societally trained, if you're ready for someone to walk with you into a new way of being, call our emergency line, 406-333-1856. Because we have other men who are ready to walk with you. We have trained listeners, Stephen ministers, who are here to be part of your journey, to receive your emotions, to hold your pain, and to walk with you to another place, because your mental health matters.